Hi, and welcome to the 2025 Printing United in Orlando, Florida. Today, we're here with Tim Bolton, who represents Xanita and Fusion Board. And I know you guys heard about the Xanita and you're super excited about it, but now we're about to show you a game-changing product called Fusion Board. This product is a styrene and foam PVC replacement. Tim, why don't you tell us about it?
Sure. You know, as we look to the evolution of sustainable materials, resin's been a strength mainstay, styrenes, PVCs, foam cores. The market has been looking for fully recyclable FSC certified boards, but for the longest time, price point wasn't there, quality of white point edges weren't there. But now with the CL Fusion, we have a product that can give you an alternative to PVC, an alternative to styrene, an alternative to foam boards, fully bin friendly, fully recyclable, all done through what we call the only method of recycling, which is cardboard or paper. So honestly, our partnership with Laird is going to go a long way. Available to you in the cardstock versions, along with boards up to 4 millimeters thick. You can see the superior white point, the 92 bright white. You can see the edges. So if you were to pass this board around, you really wouldn't be able to know it wasn't a piece of foam, PVC, or styrene.
That's a fact. I've actually showed it to a bunch of customers, and I put it in their hand and I say, what is it? And they're like, foam PVC? Nope, it's not. It's 100% paper, blue bin recyclable. And another big thing, and maybe you can tell me a little bit more, is about how it's made of this eucalyptus tree and how when you're cutting it, it doesn't create a lot of dust.
Sure. So in the raw material world, you have the softwood pulps like the pines and so forth, and then coming out of the Asian markets, you typically have a eucalyptus fiber. Eucalyptus has a longer strand, so you're going to have more dimensional stability, more lay flat, less situation for warping. But ultimately also, when you go to cut it, the fibers will cut crisply, you'll have no fraying or feathering on the sides of the edges. Other advantages, so if you're looking at finishing this material, so you can screen print this, you can offset print this, you can digital UV, but it cuts beautifully when you have your table cuttings, your Konigsberg, your Zooms, your Sumas, straight sharp edges, perfect cut. It die cuts absolutely fantastic, so if you get into high volume opportunities where if you're looking to start to replace styrene gift cards, styrene signs for indoor applications, this is an ultimate. Finishing with the fact that end of life cycle, whether you're talking 1 week, 30 days, a year, this falls its way right into the paper stream. So you really are dealing with something that's truly recyclable versus a material that, let's just say, might be called sustainable.
Another thing that I found that's interesting is the different gauges. So it's starting off at like a 024 thickness. How is that working with the gauges?
We have two product lines that we represent through Laird. We have what we call our SPS grades, which are essentially 8-point. You might know them more like a C1S or C2S. We move up to 24 point. At 24 point, we move to what we call our CL Fusion brand, 020, 030, and above. And that's all a laminated board, so it's a facing C1S on either side. And essentially, when you're taking a look at replacing directional signs, wayfare signage in the steel slots, this is an ideal opportunity to do so. So styrene, like I say, PVCs, foam cores, etc., like that, this is an ideal opportunity.
And then my last question is about the finishing capabilities. Can this be scored?
Yeah.
Can it be V-grooved? Can you make boxes out of it?
So you certainly can. When you're making boxes for folding applications, you're more than likely going to use the thinner gauges, more like your SBS stocks. When you're looking to create pyramid signage, triangles, shadow boxes, 45-degree, 90-degree angles, you'll use the Fusion board. You'll utilize, obviously, a 45-degree knife. You might use an oscillating knife to do so. But finishes beautifully, so you really aren't going to look to change any of your converting habits from your traditional materials. You just might be more impressed with the edge quality. But it's when your clients continue to ask, or customers are looking for environmental options, here's one that you don't have to shy away from. Here's an opportunity for you to bring them something that's automatically bin friendly and works perfectly for that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. This is Fusion, available from Laird Plastics. Reach out to us, send us an email, and we'll get you samples. They have these beautiful sample kits that they're going to have all the different gauges in them. If you need bigger samples, just request them and we can get you 24 by 24 so you can get them on your printer and see how they work with your system. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Tim. Have a great day. Thank you.